Wiggy this morning. He's been gnawing at the bit, asking me if he could have a second lead this morning.
I would love one if I could get one.
Curtis is gone. Shime is gone today, so I guess we have the time for a second lead.
All right. So here's what I'll say. The Red Sox open up March 27th in Texas.
A week from Thursday.
If Devers is not starting at third base, this is going to be a major issue moving forward. And
are you basing this on the report over the weekend that he was considering asking for a trade?
Yes. And here's why.
Okay.
Because what's ultimately going to happen is he wants, for some reason, to play third base, or at least be given the opportunity that he can do the job.
Right.
If he's not given that opportunity, I think what's going to happen is eventually he's going to get to the point now that,
Where is he going to go? Like, he can demand a trade. I don't think anybody is going to pay him $30 million to DH.
But but they'll pick up the contract. You don't think there's a team out there that would say, all right, Devers, he's only, 28 years old, young bat. He could do a lot of things when it comes to, at the plate. Yeah, he's got some work that he needs to work on at third base. But we would love to have a guy like this in our lineup.
I'm with you 100%, especially after being at spring training, and we got to see, especially the first day that we were there, we got to see the work he was putting in with a million different people. You can tell he really wants it. Like he believes he can do third base to the best of his ability. And so I think if he's not the starter there, you're going to look at a clubhouse that, and I understand they're all adults, that could end up being a bit split.
Okay, I really want to date Emily Radikowski.
You used to. You're fine now.
Yeah, no, I used to want to. It was never happening. So I don't.
But him playing third base is a reality because he's done that before. You know what I mean? If you lived in that world and you dated other celebrities, okay, it's something that could have been a reality. But he's played third base before. He feels like, and Courtney's right, and it was every single day we were down at spring training. He was working with the fielding coaches on fielding and getting better. And clearly, through his interpreter, he feels like he's a third baseman. He's not at the point in his career where he
wants to move,
where he wants to go to DH. And if there's another team which would be willing to get a bat like that, there's plenty of teams out there that would say, okay, Devers, we'll work with you. Come here. And so eventually he's going to push for the trade if he's not able to at least start there and then see that he is making errors and go, okay, they gave me my opportunity. I didn't do nothing with it.
We played audio from him on Friday where he said, essentially, I will do whatever these guys want me to do.
Yeah, but that's not what he originally said.
Right.
Like, it's okay that he can be politically correct now,
Bingo.
but we all know how he feels. Like, this has been now a month of people asking him the question, and I think sometimes you have to take the first thing that they say and not what they say after maybe being talked to.
Right. And I think that Courtney, you're spot on with that when it's more of like, all right, yeah, I'm going to say it. And I don't think that he's not going to go up there and try at the plate or anything like that. I think he's going to still go out there and hit if he is the DH. But I think eventually it's going to get to the point where he's basically telling the Red Sox, like, hey, listen, I want to be moved. I want to be shipped. And now the Red Sox are going to have to find.
Bregman is just so much better. Like,
I don't disagree with you.
It's not even a question.
Right. I don't disagree with you. But it's like a quarterback who is. They see the young guy behind them, and they don't want to give up their spot because they think they could still play, and then go and, you know what? All right, you need to trade me.
This is Steve from Fall River. What's up, Steve?
How are you? I was for trading Rafi Devers last year because he gets hurt, this, that, and the third. But as we know, you can't trade him. It's a lousy contract. So you got the guy here, and he's holding the cards because you need $30 million out of him, and he needs to be playing. Now, we think falsely that Bregman is vastly superior to this guy at third base, and he's not. I haven't looked at every statistic, but there was one ESPN or Fox Sports statistic of fielder percentage. Bregman was only slightly more. In other words, how many chances they had.
One guy led the majors in errors 3 of the last 4 years.
okay, at third base. Okay,
Yes,
but the bottom line is, all right, hang on, hold the phone here now. Relax. Bregman is gonna. If Bregman goes to second base, are you telling me their infield defense isn't going to be better than it was last year with Story at shortstop? We're not getting a benefit. We're just going to be down and out having this guy at third. I don't believe it. We need him engaged more than we need the extra few less errors that we may or may not get out of Bregman at third base. That's basically where you're at.
I think their intent
He holds
is,
all the cards. He's got all the juice. Unfortunately, with his contract in Major League Baseball, you have to get this guy engaged. If you got to humor him, he may get hurt and work his way out of third anyway. But to not start him opening day is a big mistake. You've already heard some of these other buttes in the clubhouse running their mouth for him. You got a problem. The benefit you're going to get from Bregman is not worth the downside.
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised Carl hasn't figured this out.
Ken Laird correctly points out via text this morning that Bregman turned an unbelievable double play yesterday.
Right.
So he's the guy. I just don't. You suggesting that Rafael Devers is going to be upset about it, angry about it all season is a little bit goofy.
But you know it is, though.
But you could say that Bregman is great right now, but Devers can go ahead and say, well, I've been hurt. And so you guys haven't been able to see, with me putting in all the effort that I have been on the field during spring training, you haven't been able to see what I can do yet.
And the other thing is that, Greg, you know that Devers is upset because he talked about it. And you don't just say, you don't say, hey, I'm a third baseman and that's what I want to play, if you're not upset if they're trying to move you there. Because if he would have said it from jump, he'd have been like, oh, I got no issues with moving DH.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't ask for a trade. He said that the what's out there is he considered asking for a trade.
But don't you think?
So I assume that he's getting that out there so that everybody knows that he's butthurt about it.
Right.
Right?
Right. So he's getting that out there to let the team know, like, I am upset about this. And if the team decides, okay, on, day one of the regular season when they open up against Texas, if he's not at third base, he's ultimately going to say, well, I'm upset. I'm going to go out there and hit, but I want to be traded down the road.
Opening day for the Red Sox is a week and 2 days away.
Uh-huh.
He's played, Rafael Devers has played in one game in spring training as a DH. Right. So I don't, he should not be expecting to start at third base. It doesn't make any sense. This is Jake from Quincy. Jake, what's up?
Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
Listen, I went way too hard yesterday. Basically, turned you on today because you always bring this awesome, beautiful morning to my day.
Yeah.
And I'm not feeling your vibes today, Mr.
Well, Wiggy's got me worked up about the Red Sox. Wiggy had me worked up about the New England Patriots earlier. I don't know what that. I will try to. I'll try a vibe
I need
switch.
you to. I'm having trouble starting my day, and I need you to be your normal self.
Okay.
Please.
All right.
There you go.
I will try to turn the frown into a smile.
Yeah. And I'm not saying like.
You are.
I'm not disappointed with what the Patriots have done so far. I'm just a little concerned that I'm not getting anything on the offensive side of the ball. And with this Devers situation, this is something that we talked about all spring training long, is that you have a kid in Devers that wants to go out there and play a specific position.
And feels like he can.
And
that's the issue that I have. And
right.
I'm sure feels like he's earned it in some way because he's been here for so long.
Right.
And that he's gotten the praise in years past.
He's been the worst third baseman in Major League Baseball for 7 years.
But he feels like he's getting better.
When is he? He feels like he's getting better?
Yeah.
So
you also have to take into account these guys' egos. That's an ego blow for him. So I could see him putting up a stink if they end up going with Bregman from the jump.
Right, and Devers is here until 2033, where Bregman's only here for the next 3 years.
Yeah.
So one guy looks in and goes, right, I'm the face of this franchise. When you think of the Red Sox right now, and we talk about the face of the NBA, but when you think about the Boston Red Sox, who's the face of this franchise, not just locally, but nationally? It's Devers. So he's probably like, I can get better.
I think it's Alex Bregman now. I would argue that.
No.
Huh?
No, I wouldn't say that. You think that nationally people look at it and go, the face of the Red Sox is Alex Bregman?
You think they look at it and go, it's as you would call him, Ralphie Devers?
Yeah, who's the best player on your team?
I think
Devers.
He's the best player on your team. He's the best hitter on your team.
Right, man. That's how
not
you.
the best player on
But
your
that's
team.
kind of real.
Who was the face when David Ortiz was on the team? It was David Ortiz.
David
Now
Ortiz.
when David Ortiz talks about the current Red Sox with Alex Bregman on the team, he says that Ralphie Devers is the face, that he is the David Ortiz of this team.
You don't look at the Yankees and go, oh, Aaron Judge is the face of the team because he plays right field. No, you look in baseball, the face of the team is generally the guy who has the best bat.
Yeah.
And Devers has a better bat than Bregman and has the best bat on the team, so he's the face of your team. That's the way you look at it. You don't go, oh, Bregman because he plays third base and he fields the ball better. No. No one really cares. I mean, we care about you not making a ton of errors, but we care more about what you do at the plate.
Okay, so you expect Alex Cora, because Devers is upset, you expect him to start him at third week from Thursday.
No, what I would do is start him at third and let him play himself out of the position. So then when I made the move, there's nothing Devers could say.
Right.
I'd say, hey, listen, I gave you the opportunity, but you played yourself out of the position.